Good morning students. Today I am going to teach about the topic pollination. Pollination is the importance of flowering plant. The reproduction two events are having. One is pollination and second one is fertilization. This video you should study pollination. Pollination, that meaning transfer of pollen grain from the anther to the stigma, that is known as pollination. Pollination, transfer of pollen grain from the anther to the stigma of a flower, that is known as pollination. Importance of pollination. Two importance of pollination. It is the result of fertilization, and second one, new varieties of plants can be produced. New varieties of plant can be produced. Normally the pollination two types are having. One is self-pollination, another one is cross-pollination. One is self-pollination and second one is cross-pollination. Self-pollination, that meaning transfer of pollen grain from the anther to the stigma of a same flower or another flower of the same plant. Same flower or another flower of the same plant. That is known as self-pollination. Transfer of pollen grain from the anther to the stigma of the same flower or another flower of the same plant. Another flower of the same plant. That is known as self-pollination. Advantages of self-pollination. Advantages, it's not wastage of pollen grain, and it can be present to the certain bisexual flowers also. And the next one, do not depend upon the agents. These are the three reasons of advantages of sexual reproduction. What is first one? It's all bisexual plant bisexual plant flowers only, and second one, did not depend upon the agents and no wastage of pollen grain. These are the three important characters of advantages of self-pollination. And disadvantages, it can be not viable seeds are produced, and new varieties cannot be produced. Yes or no? New variety in the same plant, so new varieties cannot be produced to the self-pollination. This is the, and minute endosperm also, it can be disadvantages of self-pollination. Three disadvantages, not viable seeds can be produced, and then next one, new varieties cannot be produced, and third one, minute endosperms are produced. Some seeds are minute endosperms. These are the advantages and disadvantages of self-pollination. And cross-pollination, transfer of pollen grain from the anther to the stigma of another flower, another plant flower, but same species. You know hibiscus. Hibiscus is the self-pollination. Hibiscus is the self-pollination. Hibiscus is the self-pollination, and this is body. Cross-pollination example, grapes. Self-pollination hibiscus and cross-pollination grapes. Cross-pollination, transfer of pollen grain from the anther to the stigma of a flower in the another plant flower. This is called pink color flower, this is called yellow color flower. Another plant flower. That is known as cross-pollination. And the advantages, new varieties are produced, more viable seeds are produced. Disadvantages, it's all depend upon the agents. And second one, more wastage of pollen grain. This is the two disadvantages of cross-pollination. This is very, very important. Pollination, transfer of pollen grain from the anther to the stigma of a flower. This is called two types, self-pollination or autogamy, cross-pollination or allogamy. This is the another name of self and cross-pollination. Self-pollination example hibiscus and cross-pollination example grapes. And next one, agents of cross-pollination. Agents of cross-pollination. Anemophily, endomophily, hydrophily, and fourth one, zoophily. Anemophily with the help of wind, so it is known as anemophily. Anemophily pollen grain, normally the size is very minute size and light waves also. This is the characters of anemophily of pollen grain. So it's possible to the wind pollination. Anemophily, example grass. And next one, endomophily. Endomophily, honeybee is the honeybee and butterfly help to the pollinations of agents of cross pollination, that is known as endomophily. Example, hibiscus or bright color flowers. Bright color flowers. Rose also, rose and hibiscus also, endomophily. Bright color flowers, the characters of flowers, bright color flowers and larger in size and that are having a sweet smell and nectar also. Nectar, that meaning honey, place of honey. This is the characters of flowers. That time only honeybee visited the flower, then the cross pollinations are going. And next one, hydrophily, water plant. Water is the help of pollination, that is known as hydrophilic pollination. Example, Vallisneria or Hydrilla. Hydrilla is the best example of hydrophily. Water is the help of pollination, and then the flower, male gamete floating to the outer surface of the water. That time only water pollination is going on. Example, Hydrilla. And zoophily, some animals has to help to the birds and squirrels also help to the pollination, that is known as zoophily. These are the agents of cross pollination: anemophily, endomophily, hydrilla and zoophily. Some animals. Example of some flowers, bright colored flowers. That are the examples of the zoophily plants. These are the agents of cross pollinations. So now we should see one video. Pollination, transfer of the pollen grain to the stigma of a flower. The transfer of pollen grain to the stigma of a flower, that is known as pollination. Pollination. The same plant. This is for self-pollination. Same plant, self-pollination, and this is for cross-pollination. Another plant, cross-pollination. Next one, water plant. Wind is help to the plant. You know, wind help to the plant hydrophily. In the sunflowers of entomophily, cross pollination. Entomophily, cross pollination, and honeybee. Imagine in the honeybee, in outer body, pollen grains are attached to the give detailed idea for pollination. Okay, thank you students.